As you can see from the title, the topic of this video is Uber worth it? So we're going to be going over the following things today. We're going to be going over what is Uber, how do we get started, things to consider before you start, how to know whether or not you'll make money, basically how to run your numbers, and some tips and tricks at the end. So stay to the end and you'll see whether or not Uber's worth it for you. And I think that you guys will see that, even if you don't think it's worth it for you, it might be. So first of all, what is Uber? Uber, for those of you guys who are either living in a rural area or under a rock, Uber is basically a ride-hailing service which essentially took over taxis, and you can just summon somebody to give you a ride from your phone. When I refer to Uber, I can, in the same breath, refer to Lyft. They pretty much pay identical rates if you're a driver. But let's talk about how you get started. So how you get started is you have to go out to one of their hubs, or I think it's called a green light hub for Uber, and Lyft's place is called, I don't know, Junkyard or whatever. Those places are pretty ghetto. But you go there and you have to apply for a business license first. So yeah, backtracking. You have to apply for a business license first. Go out to the Uber green light, or you go out to like whatever that Lyft Junkyard is called. It's always just like some sketchy place behind a gas station or something weird. Your car must be less than 10 years old. So if you're going out and getting a 2008, like you show up to Uber or Lyft and they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, congratulations on your new car, but you can't drive for us. But I think you can do delivery. If I'm right, I'm probably putting it on the screen right now. So you go there, you sign up, and then they're gonna put you through this safety inspection. They're gonna smack you on your bumper, and they're gonna let you on your way. So you go and you start picking up passengers. So I could get into all of the stuff about passengers, but I'll just generally say this. If you don't want to deal with drunk people, don't drive at night. Sometimes you just kind of get blindsided by it. I don't pay attention to sports as much as I probably should, just to be a more social person. But sometimes, like during the day, there will just be some Seahawks or hockey game where people will be drunk during the day, and it's like, I didn't want to deal with these drunk people. Like now they're out during the day, but sometimes you have to deal with drunk people. I never dealt with anybody who was super drunk. When I did have to deal with really drunk people, I had garbage bags in the back of my car, but no one ever puked in my car, thank goodness. So yeah, you're gonna deal with a lot of drunk people, but you also meet a lot of really good people. So another thing I recommend is you keep your business cards in the center console. I've actually met a lot of good people that I still network with to this day. I've been offered a couple jobs through it, didn't accept those jobs because I just didn't feel like they aligned with what I wanted to do. But it is a great networking opportunity to drive around some of the most affluent people of your city that can afford to be chauffeured around with an Uber. So things to consider. Thing number one to consider is how much will your car cost? So if you're buying a car to Uber, first of all, I would not recommend that you buy a new car, but obviously it has to be newer than 10 years. So possibly buy a car within like the 2 to 6 year range, something that's gonna lapse soon, but also not something that's completely beat up, because then you're not gonna get the value out of it. You need to know how much the maintenance is gonna cost. You need to know what the mileage is gonna be, and eventually you'll be able to calculate the gas. So in your expenses is going to be your car payment, your maintenance, your gas, and in your earnings is going to be whatever, however many hours you drive. When I put them together, for me, it came out to about $20 an hour. So that's pretty, I would guess that's pretty standard for a decent mileage car. Mine's a 2019 Toyota Corolla. So just keep that in mind, that it's gonna be about $20 to $25 an hour, depending on what car you're driving and depending on where you're driving it. Speaking of gas, you can get 4% cash back by using the Costco card on gas. So I would definitely recommend that if you're responsible with credit cards. If not, disregard, use a debit card. So like I was saying before, it was about $20 an hour when I ran the numbers for me. So for me, driving an Uber full time was not really worth it because my job's about 30. So it just didn't make sense for me to drive on my off hours, because the opportunity cost for me is $25. The opportunity cost for me is $25 for driving Uber, because instead of driving Uber, what I could do is work some overtime at my job, which would be $45. So that delta there is $25. So for me, it does not make sense. For someone making maybe 11, 15, it would make sense to just quit your job at that point and just do Uber full time. So does it make sense to do Uber part-time? I don't work 5 days a week. I can't just show up on the weekend and just be like, hey, put me in, coach. I'm gonna, work some extra hours. So does it make sense for me to work extra for Uber on the weekend, or should I do something else? And for me, I would say that I think I'm worth a little bit more than $20 And that's not being cocky, that's just saying I would rather do something that has a low return initially, such as, for example, I went into videography recently, and now I've been able to get myself to the point where I can charge much more than $20 an hour just with the skills that I've learned doing that. So in my opinion, at this point, it's really not even worth me having Uber part-time. So why do I still have Uber and Lyft then? So the reason why I do like Uber and Lyft, even though I don't do it so much, and I'll get to when I do it. The reason why is for two reasons. One of them being tax write-offs. You can write off your gas, you can write off the depreciation of your car, and it's just good for your writing off a portion of your income on your taxes. And the other one is for a thing called destination mode. So let's say that I was going to the gym, and that's 40 miles south because I'm gonna go down to base. I could set myself in destination mode, and it'll only pick up passengers that are between me and where I'm going. So for example, it might give me like a 5 to 10 minute detour to go pick this person up and bring them near the gym, and you just made 25 bucks just for driving to the gym. So I would say that it's worth it if you're already gonna drive those miles and you're already driving those miles by yourself. So anyways, that's my take on that. Is it worth it? You have to run your own numbers. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment something down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.